Welcome to this post-race press conference for the 11th and penultimate round of the MCE British Superbike Championship here at Silverstone. Congratulations, fantastic race for RAF regular and reserves BMW Peter Hickman. Hickey, a bit of a fiery end, we'll come to that I'm sure, but in terms of the race, phenomenal pace from you. Congratulations. Summarise the race for us.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been a good weekend for us, really. We had a new engine in Assen, and it's taken us a couple of meetings to get the thing to where we want to be. The engine characteristics are quite different, so just taking us a little bit longer than what we would like to get it where we want. But this weekend's been really strong right from the outset, and we've made some big improvements, even for warm-up and then for that race as well. So everyone went on the softer tyre, which is what I thought we were going to do. The sun kind of came out and the temperature came up, but you know, in the mid-race, the boys started putting some really, you know, they were keeping the pace up really high, and I could see on the lap times we were doing mid-5s to high-5s, and they started to pull away a bit, and I thought, well, I'm going to let them go and see if they come back towards the end of the race. I was trying to conserve my tyre as much as possible, and it's exactly what happened. You know, the last kind of 2 to 3 laps I really gained back on the boys and managed to sneak past both Hopper and Ellison. What happened at the end there with the fire, do you know? Yeah, I think the exhaust is obviously a little bit close to the fairing, and the fairing's got a bit too hot. So obviously as I've slowed down, it's the wind's not cooling it down because we weren't going so fast. But I'm sure the bike will be all right. It was just the belly pan that was on fire. Good stuff. Congratulations, Pete. Fantastic podium. Well done. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the second one. Turning to PBM Kawasaki's Shane Shaky Byrne. Shaky Pete was saying there about the pace of that and the tyre degradation that went on. You were all expecting that, I suspect?
Yeah, I mean, it was exactly what Peter said. You know, everybody knew that if the temperature got up too much, then you know the zero would be the option. The only problem for me was that we'd only done lots of laps on a 1, so I didn't really know, you know, how the zero was going to last. But at the same time, I needed a lap time after yesterday's qualifying to get closer to the front and have a good chance in race 2. And yeah, we went with a soft tyre and. Yeah, just sort of chipped away really, and chipped away and chipped away and chipped away, and it took a while to get up near the front, and then you know to be with Josh and James at the time was good for me, and I think Josh passed James and gapped James straight away, and it took me another half a lap or so to get past James, and then by the time I had, Josh had got a good gap, and I pushed as hard as I could for the last couple of laps, and I saw Josh make a small mistake at the Vale chicane. I thought, this is my chance, and I got a bit giddy and made my own little mistake. But yeah, to be, you know, after the pace he's been doing all weekend, to be anywhere near him at the end of a race is a major bonus, and we know what we need to do for race 2 to improve the bike just a little bit, and hopefully we can take the race to everybody in race 2. You will start on pole position. Can you take it to Josh, do you think? Somebody's got to. I don't know. Listen, he's riding absolutely phenomenally on a package. It's obviously working really, really well for him, and you know, it's been a tough few rounds for us, and you know, I dug deep then and gave everything I had. Like I said to the guys on TV, I came here to try and win a 5th title, not to give away a 4th one. So I'm going to do everything I possibly can to you know, to try and take a fight to him, and. Yeah, he's a cool guy to race because, you know, he's a hard rider, and, you know, he'll put a move on you and you put a move back on him, and, you know, they're generally really, really fair moves, and I'm sure there'll be some great racing in race 2, and I think I've got a bit of a better chance being at the front rather than starting from the 4th row, so fingers crossed, we'll see what we can do. Congratulations, Shaky. A new lap record as well, and congratulations on that. Turning to race winner, 10th winner of the season for Milwaukee Yamar's Josh Brooks, and Josh, were you surprised that you didn't gap everybody as much as perhaps we all expected?
No, not surprised. I mean, I knew that the pace I could do yesterday in the qualifying wasn't going to be sustainable in the race. You know, that kind of speed around a track this length just really hammers the tyre. You get it almost destroys the tyres if it's a qualifier or something when you put that sort of force through it. So I knew I couldn't keep that up. So in the beginning of the race, it was kind of like trying to find a pace and a speed that I felt could maybe last the race distance, and then James came past, and I thought, oh, maybe this is a good situation where I can let James do a lot of the work, and maybe I can sit in behind and save the tyre. But even at that speed, the tyre still, you know, lost performance, you know, as we expected it would. And then when Shane come past me, even I started to wonder whether, you know, my tyre was in a worse condition than theirs, perhaps. And but I sat calmly in third and kind of kept a good an eye on their tyres and their bike movement. And every moment that I thought mine was really bad, I seen them have equally as bad a situation. So I thought if I can just ride smooth enough and fast enough for a couple of laps to get back in front, then provided I don't make any mistakes, they haven't anything extra to give than I have. So I felt like we were on fairly equal terms. So yeah, I just set about trying to find a way safely past, and I was able to do that. And the last couple of laps was a real fight with myself and the bike and the tyre in each corner. You know, it wasn't a battle with someone else, so to speak, but it was within my own environment. I was battling the elements, and it was quite a tough last couple of laps to keep it all together and not make a mistake. Had to really concentrate to keep everything nice and smooth. So really pleased to to bring it home in that fine position. And it's great to hear the good comments from Shane as well. You know, I certainly do try hard to win the races, but I also try and maintain fair sportsmanship, and I appreciate that people recognise that.
Absolutely, Josh. Will you make any changes to the bike to improve the tyre life for race 2?
Yeah, we certainly know how to make the bike now at this track work over one lap. We saw that yesterday, but we're sort of heading more in the direction now to try and make the tyre last for the race. So we sacrifice a little bit of lap time and hopefully gain a little bit of tyre life. But obviously we can't give too much away. It's a delicate balance. So of course we're going to look at what we can do with this latest information to see how we can improve.